me.
So speaking of the top 5 games of 2021, Ray, kick us off with your five, man. Your number 5 pick.
Okay, my fifth favorite game this year was Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
Um,
Man,
All right.
um, so, like I said when we started this show, I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 like for the last couple of weeks. It's been the main thing that I've been playing these last few weeks. I haven't played really anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I love it so much. Like I love the storylines. I love all the quest lines outside of it. Um, I love the gunplay. I love getting a new weapon. I love upgrading my weapons. The combat feels so much fun. I mean, just looking at this just gets me like excited to play it.
Yeah.
Um, I really, really, really enjoy this game. There are a few hiccups that push it down my list a bit. Like I've already mentioned many a times, I think it has a world. It has an immersion problem. Sometimes the world breaks a little bit with the people living in it. Dude, Keanu Reeves as Silverhand has been so much fun. His voice acting was great.
Right.
Um, I really felt like he was a buddy, like in this game. Like as I was playing it through, I really wanted to learn more about him, every single aspect. Like here's like this never happened to me. I remember this mission. This never happened to me.
Yeah.
Um, the boss fights were fun. It was really cool when you got a brand new weapon that just seemed really strong. Um, the gear, the gear. I guess the gear aspect for an RPG wasn't quite enough depth for me, but it was fine because there was still a decent gear chase for me that I enjoyed. It's really fun upgrading my levels and getting new perks and new abilities. I really looked forward to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But really, what I loved is just the world, the storyline, the characters were so good. Like every one of them, I really liked. I always felt like at the end of every good storyline, I got a really cool reward every time. Like
Mm-hmm.
I got a car, I got like a freaking dope car, or I got like a sick rifle or gun every time, man. I felt so rewarded. And you know how
Right.
much I gripe about that. Like this game did that for me, man, in that way. Um, I loved it. Really loved it. If it didn't have a few hiccups, then it probably would have been even higher. Like this game is really good, man. I think it's a tad short as well, in my opinion. Like I think the main storylines, it's just a little short, and they kind of force you to do things. I think they know that it's short. In my opinion, I think the developers knew that it was short, and they
Mm-hmm.
would do like spend some time doing something else until so and so calls you, and you couldn't
Right.
even continue the main line until you went and
Until
did
you
other
did a
quest
couple of
lines.
like a mission or two.
And
Right.
yeah, and I felt like it just was kind of forcing you to play other things that weren't the main storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and then I realized that as I was playing through and the game just kind of was coming to an end. And I was like, dang, I feel like if I just wanted to go straight through, this could have been really short. Um, but really, it's a wonderful game. It's underrated, underdeserved. I think it got a lot of hate, and I'm sure it deserved a lot of it at the beginning. But this is really great, man. I recommend it to everybody out there.
Yeah,
It's a must play.
for sure. It's a great game, man. Yeah. So for my number 5 pick of 2021, I decided to go with Hades, man. Um, Hades came out in 2020? Like
Yeah.
early 2020, right? But I didn't get a chance to play it until it had came out for Game Pass. It released for originally for the Switch, and then it released for Xbox and PS5. And so Ray had raved about it. He put it like I think like damn near like number one if it wasn't for Game of the Year last year. And I finally got a chance to play it this year. And man, he did not lie. It was a awesome game. I loved playing it. That definitely gave you another one more run type of feeling.
Hmm.
No matter how many times you died, it was almost irrelevant. It was almost like I welcomed death when I wasn't getting good roles for me, so that I could try something else out. I loved having the options of the different weapons and what would give you more points for upgrades or whatever. I liked the commentary that the people would give you when you come back from the dead. Like all of that stuff was fun, man, and just like stacking up and trying to get better and better. And just working at playing the game and fully utilizing these things and creating these builds that were sometimes like epic builds, and it's like, how can I lose, you know what I mean? And then you come across a wall and it's like
Yep.
you lost, but it was definitely like, damn, okay, let me get back in there and then hopefully I could get something close to it, so it always made me want to play more. But yeah, I love this game. I did not get a chance to finish it. That's why it's a little bit lower on my list, because it was one of those things where I probably would have just had to put a little bit more time in. I got pretty far up the chain, but there was other things that I wanted to play, and this was one of those things like it didn't like make me like, no, I can't play anything else until I finish this. You know what I mean? It didn't give me that type of pull, but I thought it was a great game nonetheless. And yeah, that was my top five. So
Yeah,
uh,
this is a textbook display on what a roguelike should be,
mhm.
because like you said, you welcomed death. And one of the reasons why you welcome death is because, for one, you couldn't wait to get back in there to see what power up you get, like right off the bat. But also, they gave you so many goodies to take back with you. So you're
Yeah,
like, death's like, well, death is cool because I could just get that one thing I was trying to upgrade this whole time. I can finally
right.
get that now, and I get to take that on my next run. And like, that is just quintessential. One of the reasons why it should be a roguelike is for that experience. That's one thing that only roguelikes offer you, is to
Yeah.
go back and be able to try it again with a whole new bag of goodies, right? Like Rogue Legacy, a lot of all the rogues I can think of that are great roguelikes, Dead
Hmm.
Cells, you get to go back and get a whole new bag of goodies to try that just Returnal didn't give you, which is why this is textbook. If anyone's developing a roguelike, you need to follow like this textbook formula, because
Yeah,
this is a winner.
Moonlighter, stuff like that.
Yes.
Games like those
Yeah,
are
Moonlighters, you
awesome
need,
games, man.
yeah, you want to welcome death in the way. You want to have fun playing, but you also want to have that welcome death, like you really, really welcome it, because you
Yeah,
can't wait to spend or retry those things you collected, right? So
Yep.
Hades is just textbook, man. Textbook.
Great game.
for sure. All right,
Great
Mark,
game.
what you got for your number five, bro?
All right, you guys are gonna probably laugh at me a little bit, but my number five is actually my most played game of this whole year. Um, so I played this over 100 hours or so. This is Pokemon Unite, guys.
Ooh,
Oh,
Pokemon
okay.
Unite. So
wow.
this game, it first released on the Switch. So this is Pokemon MOBA, and I feel like out of all the MOBAs to come out since Dota, this is the first one that tried to kind of reinvent the wheel. So it has different win conditions than other MOBAs. You try to score points instead of just trying to kill the other base. And there's
Hmm.
catch up mechanics. So on top of that, every match is exactly 10 minutes. Now, with that being said, you get one 10-minute game that in other MOBAs, when you're getting demolished and destroyed, people quit. There's kind of no reason. It's a snowball effect. But in this game, there's no real snowball effect. If you play the objectives, you can always win the game. So even though you're getting destroyed in kills, if you're playing the objectives, you'll win the game. So that's one reason why I really like this. There's so many, my team is getting destroyed, but I feel like in this game I could carry my team as long as we're playing the objective. On top of that, it has all the awesome Pokemon, all the awesome skins. It has a battle pass. It's one of the few battle passes that I maxed out, all 90 levels, in just, a couple weeks because I enjoyed the game so much. There's cool skins, and each character feels unique. There is a meta, there is OP characters, but in the couple months that I've been playing it, they did a really good job at nerfing characters. They did a really the one bad complaint I have with the game is all the new characters that come out are instantly OP. So whatever character comes out, you can bet that you're getting your money's worth because it's going to be the most OP character for at least a month, and then it'll be about on par with everything else.
Right, them
Um,
nerfing
the,
it.
Yeah, the game is very generous. I've never spent any money on it. I only got the battle pass, but I had Nintendo points, like those coins. So I was able to just use my coins. And the first time you buy currency in this game, you get double the amount for you get a double bonus. So it's very generous at unlocking characters. You get coins that are free. You can use the coins to buy characters. And anytime there's a promotion and they give a character away for free, you get the equivalent cost of it. So you can go buy another character. So the game is very, very generous with that. There were some complaints that it's pay to win because as you see these items, you upgrade them. They go from like 0 to 30. So technically, if you buy all the upgrades, you have some pretty OP items. But here's the thing. They give you level 30 boosters for free. So if you want to upgrade 3 items, it's probably like $40. But they give you upgrades to boost items to level 30 for free for just playing the game. So I guess if you want to, you can only carry 3 items. So you can boost those up for free. So I don't get why people say this is pay to win. Like, I guess if you want,
it's pay to win now, right? Maybe pay
well,
to
you
win
get
now.
no, you get the boosters for free. You get the level 30 boosters for free within the first couple days you play. So that's why I don't agree with people saying it's pay to win.
But you could win now if you just paid instead of waiting a few days.
I guess, but
that's the only thing I can think of.
That was one complaint. People said it's pay to win, but it's really not, in my opinion, because you could just do the objectives and items don't matter as much. But it's a really incredible game. I really like it a lot. It's just hard to play multiplayer games sometimes, especially if you lose concentration, you have to look away. There's no pause, so it's really hard for me to continue playing this hardcore. But it's a really incredible game, and it's probably my favorite MOBA of all times, honestly. So I know I played with Marcus a little bit. Ray, I highly recommend, if you ever have an itch to play a MOBA. Oh, and there's one aspect too that I forgot to mention. When the mobile version came out on the phone, the game even got better. On the phone, it's just as good, even better than the Switch. It really shows how performed. The Switch is not very powerful. Your phone plays it way better. And the cool thing is they optimized the UI as well. The UI got way better when they released the phone version of the game because the phone version and the Switch version are the same. So they overhauled the whole interface and it got way better looking. So I won't ramble on about this anymore, but this was my number 5, Pokemon Unite. I absolutely love this game.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man, because I'm not really a big fan of like MOBAs, but when you told me about this, I decided to download it and check it out on my phone. Because I didn't buy it for the Switch or I think it was from the Switch too, but I just never played it on the Switch. But I actually enjoyed it. I probably would have played it more if I had been able to catch you online to be on your team and we team up on it or whatever. But I played it for quite a while and had a lot of fun on it. So I think it's definitely a solid game. So maybe it's like one of those things where like if Ray decided he wanted to get into it, that all 3 of us could go and play a couple of rounds together or whatnot. But I definitely didn't feel like, I needed to spend some more money on this. Like I was totally fine with playing like the first one of the first 3 starter Pokemon that you get, when you play in the game. So it was a dope game. So that's a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
I love you, me.